passed on for thousands of years. Our cultura may be relabeled. People may put a name on us. You know, indigenous peoples have been renamed many times. First of all, they gave us the name of India. We didn't have anything to do with India, but they gave us the name of India. And then they gave us the name of being savages. And then when the Spaniards came, they renamed us. They gave us Spanish names. And when the English came, they outlawed all the Spanish and they gave us English names, but they didn't count us. But the culture keeps going on. The culture survives, and it survives in every way that we breathe and we cook and we act. It survives in the grandma's kitchen, in the taquito that she makes you. It survives when somebody nurtures you in their family. So I'm going to start with a poem that I like because I think it shows the way that our culture gets passed on in subtle ways. Our culture survives and we survive. Some people think this is a poem about Chile, but it's a poem about herencia, about our inheritance. Chile, by the way, was one of those indigenous foods that the rest of the world is now very envious of. They're giving the World Culinary Cup, gold, silver, and bronze to Mexico because of the subtle taste of Chile and the food. That's called feeding you. I have slipped Chile under your skin, secretly wrapped in each enchilada, hot and soothing, carefully cut into bitefuls for you as a toddler, increasing in power and intensity as you grew until it could burn forever, silently spiced into the rice, soaked into the bean caldo, smoothed into the avocado. I have slipped Chile under your skin, drop by fiery drop, until it ignited the sun altar fire in your blood. I have squeezed cilantro into the breast milk, made sure you were nurtured with the taste of green life and corn stalks, with the wildness of thick leaves, of untamed monte, of unscheduled growth. I have ground the earth of these Americas in my molcajete, until it became a fine and piquant spice. Sprinkled it surely into each spoonful of food that would have to expand to fit your soul. Dear son, mijo. Dear daughter, mija. Dear corn, chile, cilantro, mijitos. This is your herencia. This is what is yours. This is what your mother gave you to keep you alive. So it's not just food, it's culture, it's tradition, it's the stories that have been tried to be wiped out, that they tried to make us forget, but they're still there. Some of you may not know the history of this state of Texas. You may not know that in 1836, some guys that were Mexican citizens, immigrants, naturalized citizens of the Republic of Mexico, that had come from Kentucky and Tennessee and all to settle here as immigrants, and the Republic of Mexico let them in as immigrants, and then a few years later they rebelled, and now we call them the heroes of the Alamo. Those guys, they were also going against orders because Sam Houston told them to leave. So if you're all impressed with the Alamo, read the other side, you'll get even more impressed. Because Sam Houston told them, hey, we just heard from one of our Mexican buddy Tejanos, whose name was Blas Herrera. My great-grandma's sister married him, but anyway. So he's pariente. Blas sent his sobrino down to spy on the Mexican army, and his sobrino, Juan Seguin, for whom the city of Seguin is named, comes running back and says, hey, guess what? They're not just bringing a few guys to San Antonio, they're bringing the whole Mexican army. They're gonna cream us. And so he tells Sam Houston, and Sam Houston tells Travis and Crockett and all those guys, get the hell out of San Antonio and come join the rest of the Texan army. And they say, one of us is worth 20 Mexican soldiers. And that was all they wrote. So, in case you don't know the other side of Texas history, go study a little on the Mexican and the Mexican-American, the Chicano version of the Republic of Texas, because right after 1836 came 1837, and in 1837 there was a law written in the nation of Texas, which we were at that time, that said from henceforth all of the Indians living west of the Guadalupe River are to be considered a part of the Mexican people. You see, they were having problems figuring out how you discriminate against so many different groups in so many different ways. Well, if you're black, then you're a slave. And if you're Mexican, well, then we push you to the back of the line. And if you're Indian, oh, I'm losing track. This is too many people. Let's just lump the Indians and the Mexicans together. So that's what they did. By law, the Indians were transformed into Mexicans. So we hung out together and mixed together, and that's how we got a lot of indigeno in the heritage, one of the ways of our local Mexicano population.